Hello, welcome to my channel. I am going to make a delicious mutton biryani. So I'm going to show you all how I'm going to marinate my meat that I'm going to prepare for tomorrow. So here I've got a kilo of lamb meat cut and washed and drained out. For my marinade, I have a teaspoon of ginger garlic, a teaspoon of barbecue spice, and a teaspoon of chopped spice. And then I have half a cup of sour milk, and I'll be using a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. So I add in my ginger garlic and my spice. Worcestershire sauce is a tenderizer. It helps the meat to get tender. That's why we use Worcestershire sauce. So that's 1 teaspoon. And then I'll add in my sour milk. And then I'll stir all this together. I'll cover this meat and keep it into our fridge overnight. Okay, now that I marinated my meat, I will keep this to rest in the fridge for overnight, and I'll prepare the mutton biryani tomorrow. Then along the meat, I've got half a cup biryani dal that I picked, and I'm going to soak tonight so it soaks overnight. Okay, we'll catch you tomorrow morning. Hello, welcome back. Now I'm ready to make my biryani. I've got my lamb meat that I marinated overnight. I've got half a cup of biryani dal, of which I picked, washed and soaked overnight. I have half a cup of oil, and then I have 3 potatoes that I peeled, washed and egg yellowed coloring. I have 2 onions, of which I cut. Half of the onions I'll use for the braising of the curry, and the other half of which I'll fry for the garnish. And thereafter I have a curry spoon of mixed masala. It equals to 4 tablespoons. And then I have, for giving it a good coloring, a teaspoon of HURDEE. For the salt, I have a tablespoon of level salt. And for the braising, I also have some curry leaf and some thyme to go with. And for the biryani mix, these ingredients are already roasted and added to my mixed masala, but I'm just adding more ingredients to it to give the biryani a nice flavor. So I've got a stick of cinnamon, 2 bay leaves, and 3 elaichi, and 2 black elaichi, and half a teaspoon of somph, and just a few star anise. And then to put a little bit color, I've got half a cup of frozen peas. And then I have 2 cups of my rice soaked. So today I'm going to cook all my ingredients together. The method I'm going to show you today is slightly different from how I make my other biryanis, where I cook the rice separate and layer. This will be done all together in the pot and be pushed into the oven. I've got my stove on, moderate heat, and I'm adding in my half a cup of oil. I am trying to do much in one pot, so we won't have a lot of oil remaining where there will be no use of it. Firstly, I'm going to put in my potatoes. Just get a little roasted outside. Okay, now my potatoes are roasted very well on the outside, but not fully done. I'm going to take it off the pot. Using the same oil, I'm going to fry out both my onions and separate my onions for the garnish. I'll allow these onions to fry out for a few minutes. My onions are ready for the curry. I'm going to take part of my onions out of the pot and leave the little more onions to get a little more brown for me to use it as the garnish. The onions for the garnish is the way I like it, nice and golden brown. So I'm going to take it off and keep it aside for the garnish. Now I'm going to use my onions that I'm going to use to braise my curry. Put in my cinnamon stick, my bay leaf and my somph. Add in my thyme and my curry leaf. Allow this to fry for a few seconds. And now I'm going to add in my masala to cook out. Okay, masala is done. I'm going to add in my meat. You must have noticed that I did not put any oil to my marinade because the meat is slightly fatty. And then I'm using a very less oil because I don't want the biryani to get very oily. I'm going to give this curry a good stir so it can fry out the fat that we have in the meat. And I'm not going to use tomatoes because usually when I use sour milk, I don't use tomatoes. And I want to add my salt in so the meat can get the salt into the curry. Give it a good stir, and then I'll decrease my heat and allow it to cook for about 15 minutes and then check on. As you can see, the meat is almost halfway through. This meat I have is a very soft cooking meat, but you have to check what type of meat you have. So now I'm going to put in my biryani dal. So this meat has taken 20 minutes altogether, and I'll allow this biryani dal another 10 minutes. As you can see, the fat of the meat has surfaced. So I put on my lid and allow this to cook for about 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes and my biryani dal is getting cooked. In the meantime, I just put in my few potatoes. And these are soft cooking potatoes, so you don't need much of a time. So I'll also add in my peas. And when this is done 3/4 way, I will start adding in my rice. Give it a good stir. I'll leave it for another 10 minutes. I gave this biryani dal and the potato another further 10 minutes. And now I'm going to add in my rice. Then I'll give the rice another 10 minutes to cook into the masala, and then I'll add my water, and when it comes to the boil, I'm going to push the pot into the oven. Give it a good stir. I will allow this to simmer for another 10 minutes before adding on extra water. As you can see, the rice has soaked up all the liquid, and it's taken color. I have a liter of tap water, of which I'm going to add in gradually to see how much it requires. I'm just going to top it up till the rice is all covered up. Okay, that will be enough. So this is almost 2 cups of water. And then I'll increase my heat to bring the water to the boil, and then I'll push it into the oven to do the remainder of the cooking. I've got my oven already preheated about 20 minutes now, and now that you can see the rice has came to a fast boil, so I'm going to put off my stove and push this biryani into the oven to get done. I will leave this for about another half an hour, but I'll keep checking on. I've taken out my biryani from the oven, and the rice is still a little hard, so I'm going to use an extra half a cup of water just to soften the rice, and then it will be done. It's been about 20 minutes in the oven. I'll give it another 10, and then I will serve out my biryani. Now my biryani is ready. I'm going to take it out of the oven. And then before serving, I'm just going to add in my garnish. I've got some dhania and then some spring onions and some mint, and then I just garnish it with my fried onions that I made. So now it's ready for dishing out. Here you go, a lovely biryani cooked in one pot. It goes well with some dal, and we have sour milk salad to go with. This biryani reminds me for the December holidays when we used to be in Durban, where we used to cook a big pot of biryani and maybe go to the park or to the beach. That was good memories of cooking biryani. Thank you all for watching and enjoy.